Hello friends, welcome to the channel and welcome to a new reading vlog. Thank you so much for being here. So for today, it is Saturday, it is 9:30 and I want to go to a coffee festival today, or at least in the first part of the day, and I want to take you with me. Also, right now I am in the middle of evenings and weekends. I am currently on page 169. I am on chapter 10. So I actually think this is the halfway point, if my camera wants to focus. But yeah, this is the plan for right now. I want to go to this coffee festival. I have heard about it from last year, but unfortunately I wasn't able to go. So I'm very excited to see what's going on there. Obviously, we're gonna drink some coffee, enjoy some pastries, maybe do some reading, and I'll see how much I can film depending on how many people are there and how crowded it's going to be. Let me quickly go get ready because it's already pretty late, and I'm gonna see you in a bit. As you can see, I am back home. I wanted to update you with my progress from the book that I am currently reading, but also to show you what I got from the coffee festival, coffee market that I went to earlier today. So I have bought 2 bags of coffee from this roastery called Fathers, and they are based in the Czech Republic, if I'm not mistaken. This first one is San Pedro. It is from Peru, and the processing is washed. And then it has notes of hazelnut, blueberries, and rosehip tea. And then I got this bag of Los Angeles. It is from El Salvador, and the processing is anaerobic natural. I tend to really like coffee that is anaerobically fermented. And then in terms of notes, it says pancakes with raspberries and maple syrup. This is definitely more unique than the other one that I got. And then also from this stand from Fathers, I have bought this cap. I really like the material. It's one of those like corduroy materials, and it has the name of the roastery embroidered on the front. It says Fathers here. Now in terms of my progress with evenings and weekends, so the book that I'm currently reading, I am now on page 218, so I made quite a progress with this. I have this much left. I want to finish this one today, but we'll see, because yesterday night I have stayed up pretty late playing Zelda, so I don't know if that's gonna happen today as well. In terms of my actual thoughts about this book, because I don't think I have mentioned what the book is about and if I, like it or not. So, evenings and weekends, it's taking place in London, and we are following all these characters that are just navigating their life. We have a group of characters that's in their 30s, and then we also follow their parents. I think the author did an amazing job to just evoke this feeling of a scorching hot summer weekend in London. When you read the book, it definitely feels very just moist and sweaty, and you just feel like you're sweating yourself when you read the perspectives of these characters. On the front of the book or somewhere, I think I saw a quote. Yeah, so it says Zadie Smith-esque in its kaleidoscope of London. And I think kaleidoscope is a very important word when I'm thinking about this book. So each of these characters have their own unique perspective. We have multiple points of view, and we get to see their struggles, their relations with their family, and then we also get to see the relations that the parents have with their children, and our main characters with their friends, and their friends with our main characters, and so on and so forth. Also, when the book starts, there is this image of a whale that got stuck in the Thames River, and I don't exactly know what the symbolism of a whale is, but I definitely think that the image of the whale just like being stuck in the river on this scorching hot summer weekend is trying to parallel how the characters are feeling, because each of them feel very stuck in their life and in their issues and in their thoughts. I am very excited to finish this book, and I will be definitely updating the vlog with my overall thoughts when I finish it. So, see you in a bit. It is the next day. Yesterday evening, I have finished reading Evenings and Weekends, and I really like this book. I think the author did an amazing job of just portraying these characters and, exploring and seeing their issues and their struggles with life, but also by the end of the book, trying to solve those. And when you read the book, you can clearly feel this atmosphere and this suffocating summer heat that is just taking over the city and taking over our characters' lives. This book is following a group of characters, and at the beginning of the book, we get to meet a couple, Maggie and Ed. And at the beginning of the book, Maggie finds out that she is pregnant, and she and Ed are thinking to move back to their hometown so that they can save a bit of money on rent. Also, we get to meet Phil, who is Maggie's best friend, and he also knows Ed because they used to grow up together in this small town near London. And Phil is very conflicted right now in his life because he sort of has this weird, complicated life experience with relationships and sex. And right now, he is trying to figure out his feelings towards this other guy that he is in a situationship with. We also meet Phil's mom, who recently was diagnosed with cancer. And throughout this book, she is trying to disclose to Phil her diagnosis, but um, something happens and communication is not that easy between them. So we are also following that plot line. Sometimes the dialogue or the conversations are a bit cringe. Not often, but when it happens, it's just a bit jarring. So not a perfect book, but I really, really liked these characters and I really liked the atmosphere that it evokes. This is Evenings and Weekends. Definitely a very good read for the summertime, especially right now. It's borderline snowing and it is April, so the weather outside is not helping me with picturing this atmosphere, but I am so glad that the words of the author are enough for me to feel what the characters are feeling. And then last night, I also started and made quite a bit of progress with the next book that I will be reading in this video, and that is Greta and Valdin by Rebecca K. Riley. I have very mixed feelings about this book. I don't know if I like it just yet. I am currently on page 182, so I have passed the halfway point, and the tone of it seems a bit off. I don't know specifically what it is. It just seems a bit off, and the dialogue, there's something that doesn't make sense to me, but as I said, I can't really pinpoint what that specific thing is. I don't know. I don't know. Also, there are a couple of times in which Romania is mentioned, and also Bucharest and Iași and Cluj-Napoca and other cities in Romania, and I just don't know why that is because it doesn't seem to add anything to the story or to the plot. I truly don't know. I hope to read more of this today. I think I can finish it because it reads pretty fast, and also the chapters are pretty short. So I hope to finish this today and to see exactly what it is that I don't necessarily love about this book. But yeah, we'll see how that goes today. So let me brew a cup of coffee and let's continue reading Greta and Valdin. I just finished Greta and Valdin, and mm-mm, this was not it. Mainly because, do you remember how I said in the previous clip that there are some mentions of Romania that don't really seem to be relevant or important for the plot? Well, it turns out that there are a lot of details and of things that these characters are doing in their day-to-day life that are not necessarily relevant for the story, and I just don't know what this book is trying to communicate or to say, because the conclusion, the epilogue, the end of the book didn't really seem to conclude or wrap up on pretty much anything that happened in this one. And it is true that the writing style is okay. Like, I didn't have any issues with that, but the plot and the character development, I don't think were well done. Everything seems very linear, and for me, at least, this book didn't really have a climax or a point in which you were like really invested. It is true that with Valden, we kind of sort of have a moment like that, but it was just not fleshed out well enough for me almost. Yeah, let me know, what do you think about this book if you have read it, because I was very excited to read it. The cover definitely played a big part in me buying this book, but I I don't know. I don't know. This just didn't really seem to be my thing. Yeah, this is Greta and Valden. And that being said, this is pretty much the end of today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to, and if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you hopefully in a new one soon here on the channel. Bye everyone.